Hello guys, my name is Khan and actually this is the second video in which we discuss Data Studio, and in this video I will continue from the dashboard that I start building from my last video, and then we'll continue how you can work on that. But in this video mainly we will discuss that how you can add a geographical map, that how you can plot the data points on a map, and then what are the things that you have to be careful. But other than that, we will be also discussing about the themes and the layout of your dashboard, and we will also see that how you can add a picture in your graph and how you can add new pages in your dashboard. So I will continue. As you guys remember, in my first video we have created this our first report. I will click it. So if you guys remember, this is the dashboard that we have created, but the point to note here is that we're currently in a view mode. In order to edit it, we have to go to the edit mode. So the first thing is that I want to add a graph which will be plotting the data points on a map. So suppose if I click the add chart and you go there, you can see I have an option related to GeoMap. So if I click that, you can see that it has created a GeoMap here, but I will drag it down where I want. Actually, by default, what it happened that it have considered my country variable, which have the country variable. Actually, the whole data is about USA. So all the observations having USA, and it automatically thought that this is a kind of address variable. So it consider, and that's why you can see there is a globe appearing here. But actually, I want it to consider as a. I want it that it show me on the map divided by the state. So I want each state boundary, not as a country boundary. So that's why what I will do is I want this state variable to be plotted here. So I will just drag it here and paste it here. But you can see that even after processing it, unable to recognize where I want to plot the thing. It's unable to do because if you look at the state variable and the variable type it has is ABC. ABC means it's a string variable. And Google Data Studio is not considering it as a location variable or a region variable. So first you need to do is that you have to change the variable type. So suppose if I change the variable type, how you can do, if I scroll up, so you can see that there is a US Census data. I will edit my data, and within my data, this is the state variable which I have dragged in that dimension. So you can see that there is a type, under type is text, but if I click this down arrow button, and as I said that I want it as a geo, but there are different categories. You may have the data into latitude, longitude. You may have it as a region. You have a region code. For me, I am having it as a region. So continue. So once I will continue, and if I finish it, so now you can see that my map it's showing me the US map, and you can see the different colors of different state is actually representing the population level. So as you can see, even if I make it bigger, you can see it's starting from the lighter blue from 400,000, about 400,000, and it goes up to kind of 23 million when it gets darkest. So another thing is that you can see that how easily you can draw geomaps in Google Data Studio, but this graph is actually representing only how the population is varying or increasing compared to other states. But suppose if I also want a similar graph for the divorce, so you don't need to repeat all the steps, but you have to do select the graph, right click it, and then duplicate it. So you can see it duplicated it. You can drag the duplicate graph here, but the graph is exactly the same. You just need to change this variable population to suppose divorce. So I will just drag it, put it here. You can see that this graph is now actually for divorce, and this graph is for population. But it's a good idea that you also add titles to your graph. Easier way to add a title to your graph is that if you go to your insert and select this text box and just drag this text box wherever you want. So I want it here. I will just format it according to what I do, and once I have added the text box, I can write down things over here. So divorce over states. So I'm just naming it. You can change it. So again, I will format a bit. I want to increase the font size to this thing. I would like to align it in the center, and you can even change the colors. So if I want to do it with blue, so if I click it now, you can see that we have titled this graph. In the same way, you can also create a title here. Now I will show you guys that I have added 4 graphs in my dashboard, and you can see that it's now I can't add more graphs in this dashboard. There are 2 things. One thing is that you can add another page. So you can add another page, or even you can increase the size of this page. So first I will tell you that how you can increase the size of this page. So I'm outside. I haven't selected any graph, and you can see on my right hand side there is an option layout. Under the layout, if I scroll down, you can see that there are the page width and page height. So suppose if I increase the page width, you can see that how my graph change, my dashboard page change. You can see that it's increasing, and you can see it's getting broader. Whereas what if I increase the height? So suppose if I just write down 1000, and if I go down now, you can see that it has added a bit more rows to my dashboard. So in that way you can increase the page length of your dashboard, but you can also add other pages in your dashboard. Currently we are in the first page, but if you look at this left corner, you can see that there is an option appearing that add a page. So suppose if I add a page, it will add a page, second page, which is a blank, but you can go to your first page by clicking it in. And another important thing is that suppose if you have created this page, first page, you can even click it, you can rename this page, you can even create the same duplicate page. You can remove that page instead of removing each graph one by one, and you can even hide that page. But I will be in my second page, so I will go to my second page, and suppose that now I want to add a picture in this graph. So what I will do, in order to add a picture, I will go to insert, and within the insert, suppose there is an option image. So if I click it image, you can see that once the image box will appear, there is an option which is to select the file. I will select the file. So actually select a file that I want to be image that I want to get to this dashboard is located in my Dropbox. So I will say screenshots, and suppose if I want to add this, maybe this. So let's open. So it will take a bit time because the image documents are a bit takes a bit time. It will process it. So you can see that our graph is here. You can make it, you can drag it according to wherever you want. You can put it into dimensions. Again, I will do it a bit. So this is thing, but here is an important option, which is the preserve aspect ratio, because I have opted it out. That's why it's not filling this box, this image box that I have created according to this width. But suppose if I remove it, you can see that this image got filled in that box. So you can play around with this box according to your need, and this is the way you can add an image. Another thing is that suppose if I go back to my dashboard, there is another, once I click outside the graph or outside any object or in the blank dashboard, you can see that always this layout and theme options appear. So you can play around with these things, with many other things, but for me there is another very important thing is themes. So you can select different themes. Currently we have a simple theme, but you can even use different themes like simple and dark. So now if I go to you can see the background turn into black, and if I go to my page 1, my page 1 will also get updated, and my background is now in a black color. So in this video we have discussed that how you can, in order to add geographs, you must have to be a bit careful about the variable categories. It must, one of the variables, especially your dimensional variable, must have to have a geo type, and geotype can be latitude, longitude, region, country level, region level. So you have to be given that type according to your data. And after that we have also discussed how you can add images to your dashboard, and in the end we also play around with themes and layout of your graphs. So this is all about this video. Thank you for watching the video.